नीलातुङ्गस्तनगिरितटी सुप्तमुद्बोध्य कृष्णं पारार्थ्यं स्वं श्रुतिशतशिरःसिद्धमध्यापयन्ती स्वोच्छिष्टायां स्रजनिगलितं या बलात्कृत्य भुङ्क्ते गोदातस्यै नमेदमिदं भूय एवास्तु भूयः. We have been enjoying the nectarine pasurams of Andal in this month of Marhadi. The first 5 pasurams of Tiruppavai are an introduction to what Andal is doing and to the purpose of this Divya Prabandham. Then from the 6th Pasuram onwards up to the 15th Pasuram, Andal wakes up 10 Gopika Stris and asks them to join her in going to Bhagavan and prostrating before him and doing service to him. In this Prakaranam of 10 Pasurams, today is the second Pasuram that we must see, and in Tiruppavai overall, this is the 7th Pasuram. Kishi Kishennengum Anaichatan Kalandu Pesina Pecharavam Kurtilayo Peipenne Kashum Pirappum Kalahalappa Kaibertu Vasa Narunkudal Aichir Mathinal Washapadutta Tairaravam Kurtilayo Nayaka Penbillai Narayanan Murti Keshavanai Padavum Ni Kette Kedatio Teshamudaya Tira Yelor Empavai. This is the verse that we must see today. So, Andal again comes to the doorstep of this girl and tries to wake her up. And the girl who is lying inside asks Andal to give her some indication or indicator that it has already dawned. So, first Andal starts Kishi Kishi Ennengum Anaichatan. There is a type of kuruvi, a sparrow called Bharadwaja Pakshi, that is called Anaichatan or Valiyan Kuruvi in Tamil. So that Anaichatan Kalandu Peshina Pecharavam. Those birds have already woken up and they are talking amongst themselves. Earlier, Pullum Shilambina means the birds have started chirping. So the birds woke up and they have just started chirping now. Now it is the next phase. It has been already 10 minutes since she sang the 6th Pashuram. Now she is in the 7th Pashuram. So now the birds are going to leave the nest and go looking for some food. Throughout the day they will not be at home. The wife and kids might be at home, or the kids alone might be at home, and the father and mother might go out in search of food. So to compensate for the loss or for the separation throughout the day, the birds are talking amongst themselves. This is what Andal says. Anaichatan Kalandu Peshina Pecharavam. Kalandu Peshina. They are discussing together. They are talking amongst themselves. Kalandu Peshina Pecharavam Kurtilayo. Aren't you able to hear that sound? Isn't that an indication of sunrise? So for that the person inside says, those birds might have woken up because of the sound that you people created. So the sound of the Anaichatan cannot be considered as an indicator. So Andal next says, Kalandu Peshana Pecharavam Kurtilayo Peipenne. She calls this person as a pei, as a ghost. Why does she call so? We call someone a pei when they do something obsessively. In spite of knowing something to the contrary, if they continue to follow their own old methods, we call them a pei. Suppose someone should not take too much stress, or the doctor has asked them to rest, but in spite of that, that person performs a lot of activities. We call him, what is this ghostly activity? You are performing like a pei. So similarly, this person, this girl who is lying inside, knows the importance of joining with Bhagavatas. In the 6th Pashuram earlier, she called the girl as Pillai, which means you are an infant, you are a small child. You do not know the greatness of Bhagavatas yet. You don't know how important it is to come together with devotees of Bhagavan, and so you are lying inside. Please come join with us. This was what happened in the 6th Pashuram. Now Andal says, this girl who is lying inside knows very well that Bhagavatas are very important. However, she has forgotten all that. She is lying inside and she is thinking about Krishna. She is not doing something wrong, but she is thinking about Krishna alone. She is not joining with us because she has forgotten how important it is to come together as a satsang. So Andal reminds her, Peipenne, your actions are like that of a ghost. You are an obsessive person. You know that it is important to join with Bhagavatas, and yet you continue to enjoy Krishna alone. So, pei penne, kasum pirappum kalahalappa kaiverthu, vasan arunkural aichiyar, mattinal oshapadutta tairaravam kertelayo. She gives the next indication, which is the Gopikas threes of Vrindavan have already woken up and they have started churning the curd to get butter and then make it into neigh. So, kasum pirappum kalahalappa. When someone is churning, the ornaments that they are wearing will rub against one another. So, kasu and pirappu all refer to ornaments that the ladies of Vrindavan are wearing. Kasum pirappum kalahalappa. They are making a noise. Then, kai perthu vasan arunkural aichiyar. They are struggling to move the mattu. There will be a central mattu placed inside the curd. There will be a string tied to it. One Gopika will sit on this side, the other person will sit on that side, and they will pull the string and the curd will be churned. So for this, they are facing a lot of hardship. The kai perthu, she didn't say they are moving their hands. They are struggling to move their hands because the curd is so superior. The curd is from cows whom Krishna has touched every day. So the cows are so ecstatic, they have grown above Krishna's head and they give a lot of milk. The milk is so thick. The curd that is obtained from that milk is also so thick. So the Gopikas are not able to churn that easily. Kasum pirappum kalahalappa kai perthu vasa narum kudal aichiyar. They have fragrant kesha. They have hair that is very fragrant on their head. Vasa narum kudal aichiyar. Mattinal osai padutta. There is sound that comes from that mattu. Then, tairaravam kettilayo. The curd goes this way and that. So again, that also produces a sound. So the sound of the ornaments, the sound of the mattu that is placed in the middle, and the sound of the curd. All these come together. Other than this, there is another sound also which is added in the Bhagavata Purana. It is not mentioned here, but in Bhagavata Shuka says, Udgayatinam Aravinda Lochanam Vrajangananam Divam Asprishad Dhvanihi Dadhanascha Nirmanthana Shabda Mishritaha Nirasyate Yena Disham Amangalam. When these people are churning this curd, since it is so hard, they inevitably start singing something. Whenever we do some hard work, our mouth starts singing something that we know, that is familiar to us. Similarly, these Gopikas start singing about Krishna. They don't know anything else. Aravinda Lochanam Udgayatinam. So other than the sound of their ornaments, the curd, etc., the sound of these people singing about Krishna is also combined. And this sound is removing all inauspiciousness in all directions. Nirasyate yena disham amangalam. It spreads in all directions and removes anything that is inauspicious. It only gives a good to everyone. So such a sound, Kasum pirappum kalahalappa kaiverthu vasa narunkodalachiyar mattinal oshapadutta tairaravam kettilayo. Andal cites this as an indication for sunrise. Now, we must learn something from this. From the Bhagavata Shloka and from Andal's Tiruppavai, when we combine both, what do we learn? These Gopikas threes are meticulously churning the curd. It is their dharma as a cowherd, as a lady, as a Gopikas three. It is their duty to churn curd, produce butter, make ghee and sell it and have a life. So, they are not leaving all their Nitya Karma Anushthanam. Just like someone should do Sandhya Vandanam thrice a day, these cowherds or the Gopikas threes must churn milk thrice a day. Alvar says, Muppodum kadaindu India vennai. They must churn thrice a day. Yashoda herself sits and churns the curd thrice a day. Because she is the great, or she is the Talaivi, she is the leader of all Gopikas, it does not mean that she can get away from her Nitya Karma Anushtanam. She has to churn curd also. So, all these people have not neglected their duty. They are doing their duty. However, while doing their duty, they are thinking about Bhagavan. So, from this we should learn that we must never give off our duties. We must never blow off our duties. However, we must, while doing our duties, we must think about Krishna. We must, when someone is cooking, don't just think what ingredient you should add next. When you are bicycling, don't just think about the route. Think about some Divyadesham. I am not saying disobey traffic rules or get into an accident. As much as possible, make sure that you are thinking about Bhagavan. The more and more you think about Bhagavan, the more our mind is cleansed and so we will be able to concentrate more. Our mind will be pleasant and happy. So from this we know that we should perform karma and also have bhakti at the same time. Bhakti does not mean that we can neglect karma. Doing karma does not entitle us to have no bhakti at all. We must combine both and incorporate both in our daily lives. So Andal here says, Mattinal Oshapadatta Tairaravam Kertilayo. The girl lying inside did not accept that also. So Andal says, Nayaka Penbillai, you have proven that you are our leader. Whatever I have cited, you have given a fitting reply, and so you are our leader. Nayaka Penbillai. Next, Andal tries to call her by citing some gunas of Krishna, by citing the attributes, qualities of Krishna. She tries to call that lady. Narayanan Murti Keshavanai Padavam Ni Kette Kedattiyo. We are going to sing about Narayana Murti Keshava. Narayana means the one who resides within everything in this world. He is the Antaratma, Antaryami for everyone. Within this body, I, the Atma, am present. Within this Atma, Paramatma is present. Similarly, there is a goat, there is a cow. Within that cow, there is an Atma, Jivatma. Within that Atma, there is a Paramatma. Then, within a rock, there is a Jivatma. Within that Jivatma, there is again a Paramatma. So, Bhagavan resides everywhere in this world. That is what the word Narayana means. So, Narayanan, he is unseen. He is invisible to us. We can't see him residing within us. But he is still there and he protects us. So, Narayanan means he who does not consider any of the faults that are there with the Jivatma and resides within him. This body is not a very pleasant thing. There is only flesh, blood, bones, skeleton, everything. So, even in spite of all that, without considering all that, Bhagavan comes and stays within us. So, he is a Vatsala. He does not think, he does not banish us based on our sins. He accepts us as we are along with our sins. So that is called Vatsalyam. So Narayanan is he who resides within us invisibly. Next, Murti, he has taken a form so that we can see him using our own eyes. So Narayanan Murti, Keshavan, the one who killed the Asura called Keshi. So he is also the destroyer of all obstacles that we face. Any hardship or any danger that we face is removed by Krishna. So Narayanan Murti Keshavan means he who accepts us as we are and does not expect us to be so supreme. Next, Murti, he who is so simple that he came with a mortal body so that we can see him. Murti. Keshavan, he who destroys all our foes and he who protects us from all dangers. Narayanan Murti Keshavanai Padavum. In spite of us singing about Bhagavan Shri Krishna, you are still lying inside. I don't understand this. Then there was no reply from within because that girl started thinking about the greatness of Krishna. These people said Narayanan Murti Keshavan. Hearing these three names, that girl started remembering that Bhagavan resides within all of us. That he has taken a form as Krishna. That he is going to remove all dangers for these girls. Thinking of all this, she became more engrossed in Krishna Bhakti that she is not able to wake up at all. So, seeing this, Andal saw what is happening inside through a small slit in the door or at the window. Seeing that, the face of this Gopika who was lying inside was so beautiful and lustrous that she says, Tesha Mudayai Tira. Tejas means a great luminosity or luster. So, this person, knowing the qualities and the pastimes of Krishna, is so happy and is enjoying in that bhakti that her face is lit up like a bright lamp. So, Tesha Mudayai, don't make us see your bright face through a small slit. Please open the door, come outside, let all of us who are gathered here see your beautiful face. Tesha Mudayai Tira Yelor Empavai. So, here again, Andal calls someone who knows about the greatness of devotees but has forgotten that. So she makes her remember that greatness and makes her come outside and join with her. This is the meaning of the 7th Pashuram of Tiruppavai. Now Pillai and Peipen, Pillai and Peipen have both joined Andal. Now together they go to the next house and try to wake up and call the next Gopikas 3, which we will see in tomorrow's session. Today we conclude with this. We must know the three great divine qualities of Bhagavan that are mentioned here. He accepts us as we are. He accepts us in spite of our sins. Then He is not invisible alone. He also takes a form so that we can view him directly. Then he is the one who is going to destroy all our dangers, who is going to protect us in times of danger. So knowing this, let us thank Andal and grow in devotion to Bhagavan. Srimatye Vishnu Chittarya Manonandana Hetave Nandanandana Sundaryai Godayai Nityamangalam.